Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be checking out episode number 10 of FRIEREN. This is the 10th FRIEREN Friday. We are entering double digits. It's been a long time coming. I'm very excited to see what we get in this episode. I suspect we're going to get some FRIEREN versus Aura action. I'm very excited to see that. I don't really know where things are going to go. I obviously suspect that FRIEREN is going to come out on top because this is episode 10 out of 20 something, but it's going to be really interesting and exciting to see just how we come out of this. I think that we're going to potentially get some flashbacky stuff related to Himmel, the heroes party, when they faced off against Aura all those years ago. And I think we might also get to learn maybe a little bit more about FRIEREN. I don't know if we will, but you know, it's episode 10, so we can be hopeful. But yeah, we're just going to dive right into this. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below letting me know your favorite anime series on my anime list that is not in the top 1000. That's hopefully a bit more, you know, obscure than the last one where I asked for top or outside of the top 100. And yeah, we're just going to dive right into this episode. I'm very excited to see what we get in this one. Here we go. FRIEREN 10. Whew, let's go. After the hype that came in the previous episode, it was so intense, so incredibly well done. I really don't know what to expect in this next episode. I wonder if it's going to be just the same, but this time it's solely FRIEREN. It's not going between Fern and Stark. It's just one person. Here we go. Episode 10, let's go. Has it turned daytime outside with FRIEREN fighting? FRIEREN fighting? Can't speak. Oh. Maybe not. Oh, he's... Ah, we're getting a flashback. You mean Master. Basalt's last words. Oh, shit. Basalt was a demon. Creatures I call demons. We're still calling them demons. Oh shit, we gotta play their dirty tricks against them. Jeez, okay. That sounds grim. What did demons do to Flamme? That's the question, because we have inherited her will, it would seem. It's pretty exciting that we still don't, or at least I still don't recognize a lot of the characters in the opening. You didn't just die immediately? Oh shit. Fern, you're cold. Bro's looking like Toji over here. That is true. Good deduction. Forced to retreat. But they said someone with a strong will could overcome it, and FRIEREN's got a strong will. FRIEREN will win. FRIEREN's will win. She'll trick Aura. She'll use dirty tactics like Flamme mentioned at the beginning. Always engages directly. Oh god. She got like an almost limitless pool of mana? Or is she able to... Is there a spell that regenerates it? What you've done isn't fair? A disgrace, and FRIEREN knows that better than anyone? Oh god. What are they doing? How do they get their mana? Or how do they regenerate it? Elf village? There used to be elves, like whole elf villages like this? Basalt the throne. Demon King's army. Baby FRIEREN. Oh shit. Take them by surprise. You're not a frontliner, you're a mage. I'll never understand strong mages, but you're a strong mage. You're a very strong mage, no? You're far more powerful mage, but look at that aura around her. It's so much weaker, no? I've just now noticed that Flame's earrings are the earrings Frieren has. She doesn't have them now. Just a feeling. Is it suppressing or? That's crazy that there used to be whole elf villages like this. Why seek out elves to kill them? Or is it just happenstance? Yeah, she did. Don't turn around. Oh shit. Aura. No?
面白いよなこいつら。直前まで魔力を完全に消して闇討ちする気満々だったくせに、こっちが魔法使いとわかるや否や堂々とする。
They were like, "Yep, we can't hide."
こいつらは卑怯で狡猾だが、同時にどいつもこいつもくだらねえ魔法への誇りを持っていや。
Sense of pride when it comes to magic. I'm starting to learn that. Leave the elf girl and go? What is their deal with elves? Kill all the elves? Is the Demon King an elf that was done like wrong?
確かに私は強い魔法使いの気持ちが痛いほどよくわかる。今まで研鑽してきた自らの魔法に対する自信と信頼。要するにクソみたいなおごりと油断。
Stupidly pride and no. Holy shit, it was over in a flash. Literally no time passed there whatsoever. And they were stronger than Basalt. No staff or anything. Holy shit. Trickery. Oh shit, it's off the screen. Miscalculate your strength. That's not a bad thing. I wouldn't say so. I think it's doing exactly what demons do, like what Flame said at the beginning of the episode, where it's like, you know, you need to play dirty in order to beat those that play dirty. And if demons are so prideful about magic, then how can they say you're playing dirty when they also do underhanded tactics like bullshit like that? Maybe not exactly like that, but you know what I mean. Oh, and you'll kill a lot of them. Me too. She loves magic. That is not what she said in episode 1. Wow, she did it almost immediately. She can control it very well. Oh, that's normal. Her mana is being increased while her suppression is being increased. For life. Alright, you have no idea what you're getting into here. You failed Aura. They know that he's dead. Oh, it's gonna be for nothing. You have no idea. You don't know shit about Frieren. Oh, it'll be really interesting to see if Frieren's mana alone can win this. Holy shit. Look at that. I honestly thought going into this episode there was no chance Frieren could win a battle of mana because it was being built up that her mana was weaker. Oh. We are gonna beat her. Well, they can conceal it, as we saw back in the village with Lugner. Ooh. We cut away? Like Greek looking times here. Like the architecture and everything. They can't. Okay. That makes sense. That explains what we've seen. Okay, Demon King, yeah.
例えばこの国の連中は地位や財産で偉いやつが決まる。あの宮殿から出てきた身なりのいいのが偉いやつだ。
Yeah, just look at him.
偉さは分かりづらい。だからああやって
Yo, that's so funny. Humans make themselves important.
自分たちが魔物だった頃と何も変わっていない。
These steps look crazy. It looks like they're just falling. Just by looking at them. Oh. So the Demon King has the strongest mana. Okay, yeah, that's, yeah, okay. Wow, this episode is really answering all the questions I've had.
地位も財産も捨てて身を落とすのとじゃ全く違う話だろ。そして魔力の低い連中に尊厳が与えられるほど魔族の世界は甘くない。
They just cast them aside. Children are cast aside as soon as they're born.
必死に魔力を誇示するんだ。フリーレン、魔族じゃなくてよかったな。そうだね。おかげで魔族を欺ける。魔力の制限を始めてから
3 years, and she's still doing it. Over 1,000 years of suppressing your mana. What's it gonna look like when she finally releases all of that? Has she done it? Well, she probably did when she fought the Demon King, right? She's old! How much time has passed? I guess now we know she is actually human. You loved magic, yeah. 50 years. That's crazy. We're gonna take what you taught us and run with it. That she did! But we did it with a great party. Okay, request. Aww. That's very sweet. What flowers would you like? My favorite spell creates a field of beautiful flowers. That's the spell that we used in the flashback. We used that spell in the flashback with the party? Teach me that spell, yeah. But there was an elf in at that shrine. Is that somewhat related to Flame's family? I don't know. Never seek to leave your name in history. Holy shit. Live as a nobody. Until you defeat the Demon King. That's so cool. Living in obscurity for over 1,000 years is actually insane. Oh, she's making a house. A little hut for herself. That's so cool. Whoa, that thing looks badass. Big apple looking thing. I love it. Oh, watching the towns grow. Does FRIEREN cut her hair? Like, oh, is this where we meet her? Or, yeah. Ah, they sought you out. 1/5 of my mana. It's not bad. A mediocre mage. Oh, you can tell just by looking. I don't know why I'm so emotional right now. Like, it's just anytime. Oh my god, that flash just now. Anytime Himmel's on screen, and like the music just gets really downbeat and everything, and like just, I don't know, it kills me. Okay, here we go. The battle of mana. Are you certain you'll win? Oh, we'll see, alright. We will see. Nobody knows who we are, nobody knows how old we are, because that's the way we want it. That's how we planned this all along. We defeated the Demon King, that should tell you everything. I guess they pinned that on Himmel. More than 100 years. Bitch, try 1,000. Try 1,000 years. Here we go, we're gonna release it. We're gonna release. Oh, that's what you think. Oh, do it, Frieren. Your guard is down, and here it is. Yes, we're shifting the tides. The scales are tipping. Oh. If you actually did your initial plan, things could have gone a different way. But we're gonna beat you your way. For over 1,000 years, that is crazy. Evan Call's OST right now is so kick-ass. Most of my life. Look at that sweat on her face. For moments like this, to catch you off guard, now you're not expecting to lose. Hell yeah, nobody expects it. Until it's too late. 500? That's not even half my life. Live double your life, say it. Oh shit. Over 1,000 years. Oh my god. That's going off screen and then some. Oh, that's crazy. Holy shit. Oh, the skills. To deceive demons, because they're so prideful about their mana and magic. Oh, what? Oh my god, that's brutal, Frieren. That is brutal. You couldn't even overcome it for a second like those that stood before you could? That's crazy. Wow. And the last thing she saw was Frieren coldly walking away, not even looking. Frieren doesn't give a shit. Frieren won. Oh, that was badass. That was so good. Wow, that was so good. That was such an amazing episode. This is probably my favorite episode so far. Like, I know there's been some great episodes in this series so far, and episode 1 was a phenomenal one. There's been some other amazing episodes throughout the series, and I don't know, this just might be the best one for me so far, because I got so much that I wanted. I got answers about demons. I got flashback between Frieren and Flamme. I got to learn more about Frieren. I got to learn more about Flamme. I got so many things that I have been longing for several episodes now, all within this episode, and it was done so immaculately. It was done so well, while also paving the way for the end section, the finale of this episode. Everything in this episode was constructed so well that it was answering questions that I've had from previous episodes, bridging gaps between those questions that I had and why those happen, and then what happens at the end. Everything was just put together so well here, and yeah, I am so over the moon that this episode went the way it did. This was amazing. I have no actual other words than just like praise for this episode. It was Yeah, I don't know. I'm stumbling on my words right now because it's hard to find the words to describe just how great this was. It's so funny because in the previous video I uploaded, episode 9, I I was sitting for a while like I don't know what to put the title for this video as, so I put Fern and Stark the goats, or my goats, or something like that. But holy shit, like Frieren is the goat and then some. And the fact that Flamme was the same way as her, like, I need more Flamme. Like, I know that this is still very early days and that this is one of the very first times we actually get flashback to Flamme, but knowing now that there's the potential that we'll be juggling between the current time, we'll be juggling Himmel's time, and we'll be juggling Flamme's time with flashbacks and content going forward, it's so exciting to me. I need to know more about what the world was like 1,000 years ago. I think that that's one of the most interesting things to me because the architecture is very different. The clothing they wear is very different. I feel like I'm getting a really like Grecian vibe from Flamme's way of dressing and the architecture and everything. And speaking of the architecture and everything, the moment where it did show a little later on, the way that a little town evolved into like a village with a wall around it, and the buildings were getting bigger, more developed, and we were seeing the architecture change and everything like that. I think that that was so cool. I love the way they did that, and it really just helped to compound the passage of time. And the fact that Frieren lived there for over 1,000 years, she stayed nearby Flamme's grave that entire time. She kept the flowers growing, and she lived her life. She was training, she was using magic and suppressing her mana the entire time. Obviously, Flamme's got some beef with demons that we aren't made entirely aware of, unless it's just simply because demons have done horrible things that she has been aware of. Like, it could be as simple as that, and like, yes, that is true. Demons have ravaged a lot of the towns, villages, everything like that. They've razed towns. We did see that then during the flashback with Frieren. We saw that the Demon King had commanded these generals, or whatever they were, kill all elves. And why all elves? What is it about elves that the Demon King doesn't like? Has the Demon King seen a prophecy, been given a prophecy perhaps that he will be killed, or they will be killed by an elf? Did the Demon King perhaps know some elves? Is the Demon King an elf? There's something there that they don't tell us, and that's going to be pretty interesting to find out, because I'm sure that there's going to be some deeper lore there that might connect Frieren more deeply to the Demon King themselves. I'm not entirely sure how that would play out, but I'm pretty sure that when we learn more about the Demon King, that whole kill all elves thing will be revealed. I hope that it's not something that we have to wait 5 seasons to learn about, because it's something that I want to know now. I don't want anyone to spoil it for me, obviously, but like I just feel like I want to know, so I'm really excited to eventually learn that when it happens. I made a comment while I was watching the episode that Frieren has essentially inherited Flamme's will in killing all demons, because that's something Flamme wants as well. But Frieren has her own reasons too for that. It's not just because it's something Flamme wanted. Frieren also despises demons because they killed all the elves in that village besides her. It's crazy to think that over 1,000 years ago, there were villages of elves. I don't know if this is like the only village with elves, or if there are others potentially 1,000 years ago. I don't know if they were more likely to procreate over 1,000 years ago. What is stopping them from procreating now is if it's that they want to do so with elves and not with humans or anything like that, and they don't have enough of their own kind to do so. It's really mind-boggling to me how we haven't seen any other elves in this series. There was a brief second where I was suspecting that Flamme could have been an elf, and she was concealing her identity because of the whole point where she said that her favorite spell is one with flowers, where she conjures flowers, and her parents taught it to her when she was little, a field full of flowers. And we have seen that before. We saw that in like episode 2, maybe 1, 2, or 3 anyway. It was one of the first few episodes of Frieren. We saw that she conjured a field full of flowers, and that's I think when Himmel told her about his favorite flower, the blue weed, I think it's a blue weed, in that field of flowers, we saw Eisen and Heiter being silly, goofy guys, skipping around and making flower crowns for each other. So, if for some reason, when Flamme mentioned that it's her favorite spell and she wants Frieren to grow flowers around her grave, I was like, holy shit, was that her gravesite? Was the shrine for this elf that we still know nothing about, by the way, like, considering we've only ever met one elf so far in the series and it's Frieren, I still don't know what that's about. I'm excited to finally learn about that. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. I thought for a second that maybe Flamme was buried there and that somehow she was linked to that elf, she was linked to something like that, but no, that is not the case. We actually see Flamme's resting place, and it's nowhere grand, it's nowhere really crazy, it's somewhere very modest. And I feel like that's very fitting for Flamme as a character, because Flamme was all about concealing, very Elsa from Frozen, conceal, don't feel, don't let them know, you know. She's very much hiding her identity, she's concealing herself, and she's blending in. She's one of everyone else, you know. Humans, you can't tell by looking at them how important they are, how high in rank or power they are. It's simply based on the clothing they wear. And when we see Flamme, like, it's not that she's wearing anything crazy that others don't wear, but she's not really, I don't know what it is about it, but I guess she's wearing very much like normal clothes that everyone else around her wears when we see them in the little town, surrounded by all the other people, until they go down to the slums, where they go down like these huge set of steps, which is very very metaphoric, you know, going down this huge set of steps to the slums, you know, the people in the slums always looking up at the rich, and the rich always looking down at the poor, the low income folks, those that have to live in these slum areas. So that's a very clear indication as to how rank worked back in those days when it came to people and everything like that. It reminds me a lot of Parasite the movie, and like, yeah, I know it's not the only time anything like that has ever been done, but it's just what it immediately reminds me of. Flamme is telling Frieren that we need to hide something about ourselves so we can beat them. We have to make sure that they don't know how strong we are. We have to beat them using deception, because that is a goal of theirs. They use deception all the time to beat their enemies, and so we're going to use deception too, but in a way that is very blasphemous for magic users. To conceal your mana, your power within magic in such a way is very frowned upon, it would seem, by both mages and demons. And Frieren and Fern are very aware of this, but they do it anyway because they know that they have to in order to survive, and in order to get the jump on some of these enemies that they face, they need to appear weak so that it will lower the guard of those that they are facing and they can defeat them much more easily. And that obviously preserves a lot of time, mana usage, and it is safer for everyone because it's more likely then that they will come out on top. And if Frieren or Fern was to sense that they were facing someone stronger than them, they would know that and they would adjust, right? Probably. It's so funny seeing how short Frieren is next to Flamme. She's such a little girl, just little elf, always following around like tall people. Flamme is huge, and she even carries Frieren on her back when they're escaping the village, because Flamme senses obviously that Frieren is very powerful and that she wants to train her. She's going to take her on as an apprentice, but also Frieren is very weak right now because she's used a lot of mana and she's fought Basalt. Basalt was a very powerful general for the Demon King, and so Flamme helps us out by carrying us out of there. And it's very cool to see that they immediately had a trusting bond with one another. There was not really any question of like, hey, how can I trust you, or like, who are you, just anything like that. It seemed like immediately off the bat they got each other. Frieren knew that Flamme was very, very powerful, but Flamme was concealing her mana. Flamme could see that Frieren was very powerful but needed fine-tuning and needed to improve her mana game, and that's exactly what Flamme wanted to do. Flamme wanted to train Frieren so that one day Frieren will go on to defeat the Demon King. And why does she entrust Frieren with that task? Because Frieren can live for over 1,000 years, and Frieren can train that entire time and get stronger and stronger and stronger without anyone knowing it. She'll be able to sneak by, she'll be able to exist, she'll be able to just get by without anyone knowing who she is. And I think that a big part of that also plays into the whole party of the hero, you know, Himmel's party, where everyone remembers Himmel, everyone talks about Himmel, everyone has statues of Himmel, but nobody ever really talks about the others, especially not Frieren. They are aware of her, and some of them recognize her, some remember her, and some obviously people know her name, but she can just kind of still get by without anyone knowing who she is. We see at a point that these other demons have approached. They've come out of the woodworks and they're going to fight us, but they know that they can't get the jump on us because Flamme and Frieren are both powerful mages, so they just walk out and they're like, yeah, leave the elf girl, and we'll kill her and you can just leave or whatever. Flamme is like, yeah, no, and she just basically puts her hand out and kills everyone and everything, causing this huge crater to show up in the ground. And it's so exciting that we got to see a little brief glimpse of Flamme's power, and we know that that is Frieren's teacher, and Frieren is going to learn a lot from Flamme. Between all that, we're cutting back and forth between Frieren and Aura, where they're talking about like, oh well, I'm gonna beat you using my skills because you are weaker than me. And yeah, that we learn a lot about how demons are very prideful when it comes to magic, and they would never conceal their mana because they can't, and also they're very prideful about it. It's basically their whole personality is magic, and so it's obvious that when you're facing a strong demon or a strong magic user, you can tell how strong they are because you can sense their mana. And that's why Flamme decides that she is going to conceal her mana her entire life, and she teaches Frieren to do the same. And so Frieren appears very weak, but it's simply that she is appearing weak on purpose. She is not revealing her true strength until the moment she needs to, and that moment being when she is going to face the Demon King. It's really sad as well that we got to see Flamme very old in this episode, and then we got to see her grave, because Frieren has lost a lot of people along the way, and Frieren doesn't really seem to get too attached. She doesn't seem to care too much, but it is from an empathetic, as a person point of view, it's very sad to watch all these people around Frieren dying while she continues to live, continues to do her thing, still fulfilling the wishes of others. She fulfills Flamme's final wishes by conjuring flowers around her grave, a field full of flowers. Flamme's favorite spell, and it is potentially the last spell she ever teaches Frieren. Like, we don't actually know that, but it's potential that is the case, because Flamme might have detected that her time was coming to a close. It's been over 50 years since her and Frieren started traveling together, and also she asks that Frieren grow strong enough over time while concealing her identity, not becoming well known or recognized until she is strong enough to face the Demon King. And Flamme wants her to kill the Demon King, because with all those years of training she will be able to do so. She will not leave her name in history until the Demon King is defeated, and that is when her name will be left for all to know. We see the passage of 1,000 years or thereabouts, with Frieren just doing silly little things like building a hut, sleeping on this big animal, and suppressing her mana while collecting herbs and everything like that. That's when Himmel and his party show up. 3 of them just show up, saying that they've heard about a mage that's lived here for a very long time. She conceals herself in the woods, so they come here to employ her into their party. And Frieren is still doing her whole, I'm not strong, I'm very mediocre strength, and even Hyder's like, yeah, she's got about 1/5 of my strength, so it's not too bad. And that's when Himmel says, no, she's stronger than any mage I've ever met in my life, and I just know. And yeah, Frieren at that moment then joins the party, and I was getting very emotional just seeing Himmel again. I don't know what it is about these flashbacks, it just gets me every time. But then we get to the main event of the episode, with Aura thinking that she has beat Frieren by weighing the souls, and her soul is weighing heavier than Frieren's. Her soul has weighed down the scales, and so that says that her mana is stronger than Frieren's, right? So in this moment, she is very confident and she draws a sword. She's not even using mana. She's going to go in for the kill with her hands, using a physical weapon opposed to magic. So her overconfidence in her own abilities and spells and magic and mana all stack up here to the point where she walks towards FRIEREN and starts to notice that the scales are starting to flicker. They're starting to weigh out in favor of FRIEREN. And that's when FRIEREN says, nah, I've been concealing my shit this whole time. I am so strong and you don't even know it. And we learn that Aura can sense when mana is being suppressed, can sense the actual strength of mana regardless. And that's when FRIEREN's like, damn, yeah, Flame was right to do this all that time ago. I guess it's a good thing we did this. That's when we start to see sweat build up on Aura's face. And we know she knows she's in trouble, but she's going to fight FRIEREN anyway, saying, I've lived for over 500 years, and FRIEREN is just in her head like, haha, 500? That's like half my life. What are you talking about? Get out of here. And she just whips out all her aura, says, I have lived for over 1,000 years. And yeah, it's absolutely insane just how strong and powerful she is. And that's when she very coldly, very cold-heartedly and just cruelly says, kill yourself, because she has beat out Aura, and so that means she can tell the person that she has defeated what to do, and they are under her will. They are her thrall. Aura must do what FRIEREN is saying, and FRIEREN just simply says to kill herself. She doesn't want her to do much else. She doesn't care. She doesn't want to kill her in any convoluted way. She just walks away, starts walking, doesn't even look back, as Aura cannot believe that this is how things have gone. And as she's falling, she sees FRIEREN walking away very briefly. And yeah, it's cold, it's cruel, and it's badass at the same time. FRIEREN is a beast. She is so cool. And yeah, I would not want to get in her bad side. She is... yeah, I don't know. I don't have words. This episode was incredible. This episode was amazing. And I am so glad we were able to check this out today. If you guys have any questions regarding this episode, please ask down below. Please don't spoil anything for me, because I'm really enjoying this series. And I want to go through the series unspoiled while coming up with my own ideas and trying to figure out different things myself. And yeah, if you guys enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And comment down below letting me know your favorite series not in the top 1000 in my anime list. And yeah, I will see you next Friday on the next FRIEREN Friday. Feel free to check out some of the other content on the channel. I hope you're able to have a great day today and that you're able to take it easy. I will see you in the next video. Take care.